Make sure you're full on lettuce sandwiches. I know, right? Get out of my damn
Hope you
chair.
don't mind, I let myself in. Now, are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya?
Nope. Ooh.
Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? Maybe it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart.
I'm trying to think about what he could tell us at this point.
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment? RK's top men were lying in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood, it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me. I would take it all back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? But I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman. You and I are the same.
Ooh, careful, bud.
We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah.
Yagami didn't become a
you're
serial
right.
killer. Well,
But for Sawa-kun,
I mean, not directly.
it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing. I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it.
Casual
and then they'd
sexual
move
assault.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting. So I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah, I guess that's what I did. That was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out. Sensei, how could you be so blind, she asked. Her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn. According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
The next day. So he decided to turn a leaf on the 17th, and the kid committed suicide on the 18th. Shit. Talk about bad timing. So he committed suicide on the same day? 16th and 17th? Was it the same day? He said the next day, right? Oh no, it was the night of the 17th. That's, oh my lord, dude. No wonder the guy snapped. Oh man. Oh man. Ooh. Ooh.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera
Greg Chenvier says, actually gonna dip because of spoilers. Yes, my memory is that bad. I hear you there, friend. Sending you all the extra new pop-up power-ups I got, my friend. Great to see you, Cohh, and all of my love to chat. Greg, thank you for being here, dude, and just phenomenal work, man. Phenomenal work. Yeah, very much looking forward to following all of your future projects. We really appreciate it. And just great work on Yagami. It's great work.
saw what it recorded. Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What happened in that classroom was the final straw. Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied. Kawaii started it. It wasn't our idea, they said. To anyone outside of it, all they'd seen was Kawaii forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding. So the people held culpable were Kawaii and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye. That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far. You put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusumoto's still a vegetable. He's as good as dead. But I don't care. We have no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it. I'll ask you again. Why were you at her apartment the other day? Don't dodge the question this time.
I wouldn't say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning. 4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right? A student at Seiryo High School.
Oh, we know. We know.
Toshiro Ehara.
Yeah.
When she was in court, Sawa-kun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that, I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target. Of course, she had no idea about any of that. When Sawa-kun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
Oh.
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
So this means he's probably the guy that staged the Liu-mang attacking him, staged him rescuing him, and he's probably the guy that delivered the picture to Sawa-sensei, or one of his people. That whole thing was a setup.
The police are a pain in the ass.
Jesus,
But when an
man.
out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, That's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawa
What about
was a
RK?
problem,
That's
too.
what we don't know
I
yet.
thought I'd kill two birds
We don't know
with
what's
one
going on with Red
stone.
Knife yet.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Leomong to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawa-kun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. Yue Mamiya.
Yep.
They hadn't seen each other in 13 years. Sawa-kun had no idea.
The lady in the sunglasses. Yui Mamiya was involved in that too?
Everything I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawa-kun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
I was gonna say that was pretty brutal.
Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Even if Sawa-kun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the mess I started, so I scared her off, and I thought she would stay away. The day she was killed, she called to ask if we could speak in person. I could tell something was wrong. She was on the verge of tears the whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase
This
the
is the
question.
RK connection. Because
So then
RK wanted to kill
Did
her.
you just waltz on over there? That doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in.
RK
Were you gonna
specifically said
confess
that
to her?
Sawa knew too much.
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawa-kun, no. I think she would have understood.
And we know he's not working with
Or
RK.
at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress. RK probably had her hostage. That would explain the vague responses. That's probably why her voice was trembling. It's tragic.
Damn.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest, I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
So,
Just a sec.
one interesting thing that has stuck out to me from this point is how Sniffles made it a point to say that he had been bullied because of his sniffling. I feel like that had to be important. And I'm starting to wonder if one of the people Kurai killed, Kawana, I wonder if one of the people Kawana killed was like directly affiliated with them. But then wouldn't Sniffles, because he got bullied, theoretically like what he's doing? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Okay.
I really like how I'm this far in and
Then
have
I'll
no
meet you
idea
right
what's going
now.
on. I feel like I should. I feel like we have all the
That was
clues,
Mamiya-kun.
and I'm just not seeing
She
it,
said she's free. You guys have been true to your word.
which is awesome.
Tell Sugiura-kun.
I love when
I said
games do
thank you.
that.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you, but you need to get out while you still can.
Jump out the window. Your people need you.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
Wait, are we doing a chase now? Oh my god, we are. We're doing a chase.
Hold up.
Okay. Push that poor fool down. Jesus, Yakami! Football champion. Yeah, look at me. Damn, that was pretty good.
You won't get away.
Grab that.
Hold up. Look at you.
Don't you have anything else to do? Oh, you're right. Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna go get a drink and check on Kaido. What a bro. Oh, we got it. We got it. Are we doing this? Oh, come on!
Get back here.
Now we fight, maybe?
What the? Where'd he go?
Behind us?
Wanna?
Oh. It's that guy!
You guys again. You really need the masks? Come on, Kurokawa kids.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kawana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens when he spills everything?
Is he trying to convince these dudes to kill us?
Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
What? Dude!
But Sensei,
Holy shit!
you'll finish the job for us, right?
Huh? Is that you, Akaike?
Derp?
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me, Sensei!
I know. I'll be the one to finish it. You just knock him out.
Okay then. Time to learn your lesson!
Come on. What kind of lesson is this? Come on. Let's go.
I think we're okay. I think we got him, chat. Am I overpowered for this
Kawana.
content? No, I'm just really good at this game.
Oh no, Kawana!
Shut up, chat. Why are you capping me? You animals? Oh, oh, come on.
Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san.
Don't punch her, please. I just got this. It just like shows the camera and Mamiya, and you just see a fist go into it. So nice to see you, Mamiya-san.
Well, since Kuwana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?
Yeah, girl, it's over. It's over. Which honestly, every time I say that with her, I'm like, all I can think about is that kid. Like this sucks so much for all the people that are totally innocent bystanders at this point to these people.
13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusimoto plunged himself
Punch the
into a
kid
coma,
too?
sealing his fate alongside Kuwana's. Ridden by guilt, Kuwana sets
Dad,
off
I
on
don't
a
quite
path
think
of
you
vengeance,
grasp the gravity of this
and
situation.
the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yoko Sawa's murder serves
never
as a
change,
deadly
Cap.
wake-up call
Never
to what he's
change.
done.
Z-Log, thank you so much for the 5 bomb. Thanks, buddy.
Hey. What are you doing?
I was taking
Getting your
pictures.
identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore.
Now I'm gonna blackmail you. Your whole life is just a cyclone of blackmail.
And I think you owe us after everything you've done.
Oh.
Expect me to come collect one of these days.
These poor guys, dude. I guess they are assholes, though.
Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
man.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. But try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you. Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh? That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
Yeah, a break sounds good.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamasho lately? Anything involving RK?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yesterday. Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude awakening. And they can pay for what they did to Kaito Aniki.
Make 'em pay? Aren't your Yakuza days behind you now?
That's not the Yakuza in me talking. That's just a problem I'm gonna be the solution for.
Isn't that exactly
Love
what a
it.
Yakuza would say?
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. Doing the right thing, damn it!
He just keeps getting worse and
Yeah,
worse.
maybe it's just how you're putting it.
Besides, what's it matter if I was Yakuza? I've got my own code, and I'm gonna do right by me.
Hey, good for you, dude. Get Steve
Whatever
Bloom.
you say. Much as things change, they stay the same.
He does, dude. I love him as that character. He does very well. Yeah. All the VAs in this game are just they fit so well. Dunk, 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 dunk.
What could this mean?
I was receiving a transmission. Okay.
Bingo.
Woody Pop. Oh, okay. Yo, let's get some food. We're going for food. I haven't eaten today. Getting food in this game when you're hungry is dangerous. Oh. I can only get beer because I'm full. That makes me so sad.
Starving. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
I just came in here and had a beer, you know. Chilling.
Hey, Yagami-san, it's Sugiura.
Hey.
Shirosaki-sensei and the others just got to Charles.
Okay.
They're getting ready to grill Mamiya-san.
Got it. Then I'll head back soon.
Thanks.
Moji moji. Did he just whip a skateboard out of his bum? Yes. Yes, he did.
Really? You too, Genda-sensei?
What? Am I in the way?
Of course not. I didn't know you still did field work.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Saori-kun, I'd at least want to look him in the eye.
Why are all these people here? What gives?
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san. Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Our condolences.
Looks like she got mixed up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana. But we're still not sure why they chased him. To figure that out, we'll have to retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mamiya-san.
How's the baby? How's Asher? He's doing great. Thank you for asking.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Ihara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Miko Shiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far, please?
Yeah.
Hey, Bakwas.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ihara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
Ah, we were
What
right.
was Kawana doing at the time?
There it is.
Was he in Ijincho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ihara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ihara himself?
Wow.
So this Ihara was actually Kawana. Huh.
Sensei and
Interesting.
Ihara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ihara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh.
You can print things in 3D now?
Well, it's a machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become a Hara-san.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
I see. His eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Right.
Assuming Kuwana was Ahara's daughter.
I gotta be honest, that would have been a lot better if they just had his mask up then, don't you think? Instead of doing all the 3D printing stuff, they just had his mask up with the glasses, but wearing the same clothes. Like,
There's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I don't know, that seemed a bit much.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
They needed it to look like Ihara. Yeah, but I mean, that's true. And they did get his face on camera in the train. So, I don't know. It seems a little silly, but anyway.